My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
This episode is brought to you by Batiste Dry Shampoo. Whether you're on the go, at the gym, or getting ready for a night out, Batiste has a dry shampoo for you. Refresh with over 10 signature fragrances. Or try Batiste Hint of Color, a tinted dry shampoo that seamlessly blends with your hair. Need an extra boost? Try Batiste Dry Shampoo with added benefits, like volumizing, texturizing, and more. Buy Batiste now, in-store or online at your nearest retailer.
There are places where the world's most gruesome crimes have led to years, decades, and sometimes even centuries of supernatural activity. The victims seemingly reaching out from beyond the grave for justice. Those locations are in Creepy Places, a true crime podcast, and I am your host, John Grills. Join me in these creepy places if you dare, as we dive deep into the epicenter of true terror.
Hello everyone! The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip.
So maybe before we get into some of this, let's talk about this trigger warning, because we had an inkling of what the film was about, but as you said, that trailer is extremely well cut and it feels like it could be talking about a number of different things. But then this film opens with a fucking almost a title card of like, hey, this movie contains extreme graphic depictions of sexual assault and so on. I've seen some people speculate that this is actually a response by the studio to the debacle that is that Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni film.
Interesting. See, okay, where do I start with this? So I saw the trigger warning ahead of time because Amazon Prime posted it on their socials. And I saw, obviously some people were really nice about it. I did see a since deleted tweet from the film festival Beyond Fest, where they retweeted the trigger warning and basically were like, it's just a movie, y'all. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? And they deleted it. But then Alice Mayo McKay, queer director, retweeted them with their screenshot and was like, y'all are assholes. Like, this is really unprofessional for a film festival to do something like this.
Somebody got their wrist slapped for that. And for good reason, because I don't think we should be taking sexual assault lightly, particularly when we know it is extremely triggering. And as you said, this is a message film where the whole fucking film is about that subject.
So, okay, a couple of different things, and I'll try to go through all of them at once. So, when the social media post was made, I saw some people were really advocating for it, but then some others were not, and then some people were kind of like, well, why do we need this trigger warning if the MPA rating is kind of there? It says sexual assault in the MPA rating, and then someone
because people are paying so much attention to MPA ratings.
Okay, but here's the thing. So someone replied, and they were like, okay, but who's expected to read those things? And I was kind of like, well, what the fuck do they exist for? So it's a thing where I'm kind of like, well, to me, that is enough to be like, okay, there is sexual assault in this film. However, that being said, I know that there are some people too that are kind of like, well, but I want to see this movie, but I don't want to be triggered. And so I kind of, sometimes it's good to know the
extent,
of the sexual assault. And so in that regard, I do understand it. And here's the thing. I'm not coming down on trigger warnings. I actually do think that they are harmless. So even though I'm kind of like, that's maybe a little bit too much. I think the rating reason suffices. I have no issue with having a trigger warning.
Right.
In the case of this film, it's a two-way street for me because one, this is, everyone, we're kind of spoiling this, a secret rape revenge film in the same way that The Perfection was. And so if you go into this movie, there's not really an inkling of in the marketing outside of that trigger warning to say, oh, this is all about sexual assault and you will see sexual assault in this film. And so I can understand it from that point. However, there's a flip side where it's like, oh, well, the sexual assaultness of it is kind of a reveal, like, past the halfway point of the film. So this is actually spoiling some of the film's mysteries and ruining some of the allure. And I do understand that, actually, because I will confess, for the first half of this film, which I liked it, but I was like, oh, this is everything I've seen in the trailer. And I kind of, because I know we're going into a sexual assault place, I can kind of put the pieces together myself as to what exactly is going on here.